Good morning, Shavua Tov. Welcome to Keilat Shari Torah's daily review of Maimonides' 613 Commandments, Sefer HaMitzvot for Thursday, September 30th. Today is Isru Chag, the day following the holiday. We do not say Tachanun. We eat a little bit extra because we haven't eaten enough so far, and we're not allowed to fast or make a sad eulogy today. So in keeping with sort of a transition back into regular everyday life. But we're looking forward to Shabbat Bereshit, Shabbos Bereshit, starting tomorrow night, and we do not resume Tachanun until after Rosh Chodesh, which is a week from tomorrow. Next mitzvah that we're talking about, negative commandment, prohibition number 46. We are forbidden ever to settle in the land of Egypt, in order that we should not learn heresy from Egyptians or follow their customs, which are repugnant to Torah. If you take a look in chapter 17 of Deuteronomy, verse 16, you'll see where it says, "You should not, you shall henceforth return no more that way," not go back to Egypt. It says 3 times in the Torah that we're not allowed to return back to Egypt, and the sages say in 3 places the Torah warns Israel not to return to Egypt, and 3 times we returned, 3 times we were punished. So, not a good place for us to be found. Negative commandment 47, accepting opinions contrary to those taught in Torah. This prohibition tells us that we should not follow those opinion views that are contrary to Torah. Mishnah Torah, of course, in greater depth, Maimonides explains the full depths of the commandment, not only to idolatry, but to reject any of the principles of Torah in which God is the source of all life and sustains everything and keeps us all going. Part of this is where the Torah tells us, do not go after your own heart. In other words, just because you hear it or see it on the internet somewhere, it doesn't make it true. We are prohibited, commandment number 48, prohibition number 48, from making a covenant with the 7 nations of Canaan, with the Hittites, the Jebusites, and such like that have been expelled by God from our land. We are not allowed to make a covenant with them. And in case you weren't paying attention to prohibition 48, you have prohibition 49. We are not allowed to observe we can't fail to observe the law concerning the 7 nations. We're supposed to stamp out idol worship and conquer the land accordingly. We're not supposed to show mercy to idolaters, is the next prohibition, or praise anything belonging to them. You can't have any sympathy whatsoever for idolaters. And positive, keep saying that, I'm trying to be a positive person, I suppose. But negative commandment number 51, we are not allowed to suffer idolaters, to allow idolaters to live in the land of Israel. So I guess peaceful coexistence works only up to a point. Okay, so there you have it. Let's leave it there for today. We'll continue with some of these ideas tomorrow. So please join us then.